Hitting news. I'm just going to mention that you are a baseball guy.
I am.
And is today opening day?
It is, and the game is happening as I'm on this podcast.
Oh,
the Mets.
My goodness. You
Yeah.
are missing the opening day game.
That's fine.
Thank you.
I'll be
We
fine. There's
appreciate
plenty of time to watch the Mets lose.
My goodness, it's such a long season. I was shocked.
Yeah, I'm writing a Mets column for the Baseball Prospectus as a guy who is not like a sports journalist, and it's definitely going to be fun.
That sounds fun.
I have like a lot of things I do, I guess, like all the time.
Got your hands in a lot of different buckets.
Yeah, exactly. My hand is in a lot of slop.
Yeah.
I'm slop diverse.
You're very funny. I'm enjoying you so far.
Okay, good. Yeah, nice.
All right, let's keep this momentum going and just dive right in to the story that all of us have been slopping up all week.
Oh.
Now it's our time to slop it back out.
Oh.
The Signal chat.
Indeed. I probably don't need to recap this, but The Atlantic, in response to denials from the Trump administration that, quote, war plans and, quote, classified information were present in that group chat, which included Atlantic editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg. The Atlantic released the full chat yesterday, and those war plans or attack plans, whatever you want to call them, do contain very detailed specific of when and where stuff was going to be blown up.
Surely nothing top secret, though.
I mean, you can decide for yourself. 1215 ET F-18's launch, first strike package. 1345 trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. Also, strike drones launch MQ-9s.
Mind, this is all before. It isn't like a retrospective. This isn't like, we just did it. This is like in an hour and 20 minutes. It's a timeline of what is going to happen.
But don't worry. As Pete Hegseth said in that chat, we are currently clean on OPSEC, which is operational security.
So what's the problem?
Well, yeah, if they're clean.
It's like that bit in The Office where he declares bankruptcy.
You just say it. It's fine. Yeah.
I declare we are clean on OPSEC.
I declare OPSEC's clean. Yeah. We're done. Like QED.
This news was breaking as we were recording our Monday episode. And so I think we referenced it, and then we all got off of that and were like,
at the very end of the episode, I was like, oh, by the way, this thing just happened. So,
I've just been added to a chat called Government Secrets, Biz, and
don't worry, I'm going to leave immediately.
There are so many things to be said. I'm glad that they printed the receipts that they had, because, boy, it was very chaotic to watch them try to come up with justifications or excuses, which we are going to run through right now. Just the wildness of him being added to this chat. I'm still wrapping my brain around
I mean,
that.
the SEC a few years ago fined over $100 million, I think it was, to like traders using WhatsApp to discuss customer stuff. Like, this stuff is like very clearly the thing you do not do.
For this,
right?
Specifically.
For any, like, there are multiple layers of things that you don't do this with. I would say this is probably the big one, though.
But apparently not. Apparently it's not classified and it's fine.
I get the recurring segment on this show and all shows that we ever make is the hypocrisy of,
how dare
obviously,
you, sir? But what if your
the
opponents did this?
The double standards of, but her emails, of everything. And yet this, all the hoops you would think that this would be a slam dunk of, yeah, we shouldn't have done that. Not a slam dunk, but very easy to say, oops, that was a mistake. But no, you're going to double down on this.
Yeah.
What are some of the excuses, Jonathan?
You pick a fall guy. You pick somebody. It was that person. End of story. Although it's clearly Mike Waltz who like added it at the top. So
just the absurdity of standing up there and say, we're going to investigate and figure out how this happened. And then you show the receipts and it's right there. Michael Waltz added you to the chat.
It's so funny. That's what happened. We see it. Same thing with what Tulsi was asked, like, did you use your private or your personal phone? And she was like, that's under investigation. And it's like, what do you mean?
What phone were you using?
The iPhones look the same.
Which phone was it? You're like, whatever. They're all serious people.
I tracked down 5 different excuses that are sometimes contradictory here. But
what? I refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
They have their shit set up pretty tight.
Are you suggesting that they didn't immediately talk to each other about maybe what they should choose as the lie to tell?
No coordination.
Like, why would you not There's something that I think that they're used to now, like the Trumpy people in general, where it's like, we just say whatever, we'll get away with it. You can lie,
that's kind
you
of what
choose a
scares
lie,
me
you
about
choose
this
a lie.
stuff.
Yeah.
They
Like,
just say whatever, and whatever works, they'll go with, but they don't
And they'll
decide
just
ahead
keep
of
doing
time.
It's the fact that they can just be like, no, I'm not. And the Democrats are like, nah, you got to give him that. You got to let him. You just let him stay. Look, he said he didn't do it. I mean, there's evidence, there's screenshots, there's proof. We've got security experts who said this is terrible. We know that this is bad. You're not meant to do it. It's definitely like illegal in some way. But who hasn't fucked up on a group chat? Like,
Who among us?
Who
So
among
that's
us?
one of the
I was going to
excuses.
say, that sounds like an excuse that one would give for this.
The one I want to start with is probably the most confusing one, and this is Mike Waltz on Laura Ingraham explaining himself, kind of indignant that he even has to be there. Like, what's
They're so upset that they have to deal with this. It's absurd.
This is not the whole segment. It's a little supercut I made of some of the vague excuses.
But how did a Trump-hating editor of The Atlantic end up on your Signal chat?
You know, Laura, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but of all the people out there, somehow this guy who has lied about the president, who has lied to Gold Star families, lied to their attorneys, he's the one that somehow gets on somebody's contact and then gets sucked into this group.
I mean, I don't mean to be pedantic here, but how did the number
Have
get
you ever
in the
had
chat?
have you ever had somebody's contact that shows their name and then you have somebody
Oh,
else's
I
number
never
there?
make those mistakes.
Right? You got somebody else's number on someone else's contact. So of course I didn't see this loser in the group. It looked like someone else. Now, whether he did it deliberately or it happened in some other technical mean is something we're trying to figure out.
If this is so hard for you to figure out that you added him to the text, I don't know that you should be in
You
charge of
gotta
anything.
resign, dude. You gotta get somebody else to do this job.
At least have someone else handle your phone.
And Ed, maybe you'll be able to enlighten me a little bit about the signal of this all, because I don't have Signal. I don't really know how it works. But he's suggesting that Jeffrey Goldberg took on some assumed identity, somehow got added to this secret chat that people in the chat can't see exists, and in a way where other people wouldn't be able to see the member. Is that how Signal works?
Wait, run that by me.
Okay.
I know.
He's saying, he's like, did you ever have someone else who was on the wrong contact, but that doesn't matter because you didn't add him. Like, we don't know how he got added. And so, of course, I didn't see this loser. So it's unclear if he's saying that there was a different identity.
Yeah, if they added did he mean to add someone else?
That he meant to add somebody else that's JG.
Some JG.
Who's JG?
But also,
chair of the Joint Chiefs or
Goldblum.
whatever.
I'm just gonna say,
Jeff
if you're adding,
Goldblum.
if you're adding based on see, this is the problem that you run into when you add only based on first and last initial. Maybe with something as serious as this, maybe look at the full name before you add them.
Fair point. I don't want to get too far in the weeds on this because there's a lot more elements to
Oh
this
yeah,
to
it's
get
like
through.
the excuses are merely only funny, but it's part of the tapestry of you're just figuring out what lies to tell in real time.
What's another excuse here we got?
Well, that it wasn't classified. I think they've backed off of this for a minute because Tulsi Gabbard told the Senate Intelligence Committee that no classified information was revealed in the chat.
But as the President National Security Advisor stated, no classified information was shared. There were no sources, methods, locations, or war plans that were shared.
Then, of course, the full chat was revealed. So now they're in a position to say that that stuff wasn't classified. And this is similar to another excuse, which is that they weren't war plans, they were attack plans. Because when The Atlantic published the full chat, their second article, the headline said attack plans, whereas the first one said war plans. And then Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt is attached to that. Like, see, they've even conceded that they're not war plans.
Quick question. Where do attacks tend to happen?
Vacuums
Oh,
inside vacuum
panic,
or nothing. Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Like in general, like where does an attack of this nature does it tend to happen when we're at war?
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I ain't no army expert.
Well, we
I just go on
certainly
the war.
Well, we're
front
technically
before.
not at war, even though we're
We-
always at war.
we
So that's
really
the beauty of it.
that's the point. The real point is there's this gray area where we are almost always at war, but very rarely have we officially declared war, but we're